Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Zerg from YGG Gaming, and so right now I'm going to show you guys basically, we'll do Elite, basically what it's like on the receiving and on the giving end of a 12 pool cheese. So basically, what'll happen, and this is not to like promote this cheese. It's not to make you guys like, oh, this is really cool, I should do it. If you guys want to do it, that's fine. But I'm going to play against the AI because I really don't want to do this against another person because I'm the kind of person that likes to be respectful to the other person and let them have a chance to actually play me in a 1v1 environment where it's no strings attached, like, no, I'm just going to 12 pull you and finish in 3 minutes. So I'm going to do it against an AI. They are on Elite, if that means anything. So basically all you're going to do is you can go gas first or you can go pool first. Either way, you're still getting it out really early. So I have 13. You just make it first drone, and then you make your spawning pool right away. If you choose to do, you can choose to do it without meta boost, because I mean by the time you have, I'm going to show you it with meta boost eventually, because what will happen is by the time you have by the time this is done and you have units out, I mean, meta boost is going to be far from done, so it's really not going to play a factor into your actual attack. But I'll do it with meta boost, and it can, meta boost is really like in case you mess up or something, or in case you in case it fails or something, and you still have something to rely on, like those you still have a meta boost lings to back you up from any counter attack or something like that. But this is really just a simple cheese that you can do, or and really I want to show you guys like how to counter it, as especially as like really any race. So this guy's a Protoss. You can do it, this cheese, against any race, so you're not safe if you're Protoss or Terran, but Zerg's the most common to do it against. But basically you just make the pool, and by the time, and especially on Dasan Station, this is a really scary cheese because of the fact that, well, first of all, he didn't wall off, but the point is that this is basically like, the whole point of this is you have these units, you take them down to the other person's base, you do as much damage as you can with them, and then you hope to win the game. If you don't win the game, then you're kind of in a little bit of a sticky situation. But really the counter to this 12 pool, the best thing to do as a Protoss is obviously wall off. Get a forge, or even your mothership core should be out somewhere by then. But yeah, the best thing to do would be just wall off and play it safe, and make sure that you don't lose many units before you need to. So just stay safe. Like in this situation, you want to pull probes like this guy's doing, and then go into get your mothership core going to be able to protect against it, because what'll happen is otherwise you're going to be at a real big loss in a lot of ways, because of the fact that you can't really back yourself up with the units, so you need that structural defense or something like that to be able to back you up with instead. So the next thing you can do is really just like take an expansion while you're doing this, because obviously they're going to be busy doing other things. This is where the meta boost kicks in. Like I was saying, if you kind of like don't do well at first, then you can just get that meta boost and it can back you up and really help you. So again, this isn't to promote this cheese, it's just to show you what will happen in the cheese. So you can see the mothership core is out. This is where it helps to be walled off. But yeah, this is basically the whole purpose of it. You just have that mothership core out, and then you can easily defend it. You really don't want to lose too much, like I was saying in the beginning, because that's the most important time where you have those units. Otherwise, you're at a real big loss. So just keep that in mind. As a Terran player, you're already walled off, so you're least likely to get it, but you can get dropped. It's possible that you'll get Ling dropped, like especially on Frozen Temple or something like that, so just be careful of that. Meanwhile, yeah, you just have to be careful, because as a Zerg player, it's definitely the hardest to counter it, because really you want to be able to scout it at first, but you can't wall off really. So I'd say the best thing to do would be to just play it a little bit safe, get some spine colors down, throw them down onto your base, just to keep yourself safe, because you really don't want to lose units. That's really basically, if you lose units, you pretty much lose. The more units you're losing, then the more likely you're going to lose. So just, again, play it safe, because against a cheese, you know they're not going to have a good economy. So you know they're not going to have, eventually they're going to run out of, if they kill enough of your workers, then it's good for them. But if they don't kill many of your workers, eventually it's really good for them, because they'll run out of an economy and most likely kill you. And you'll most likely be able to kill them after that. So yeah, you just want to be careful. That's basically the whole point of this. Just be careful with what you're doing, because you don't want to lose much. So as you can see here, it's pretty much game over. That's basically how this cheese works. And if you guys want to do it, then that's how you pull it off. But if you guys want to be able to counter it, this is how you do it. Or sorry, this is not how you counter it, obviously. But this is a pretty neat way to pull it off. But really, if you're trying to counter this build and you're like, how do I do this? Basically, just take your time, focus on what you're doing, and just be a lot more defensive. Because if you try to be too aggressive and that you know they're cheesing, you're going to be the loser, because of the fact that they're already aggressive. And a cheeser who's playing against an aggressive person, cheeser's probably going to win, because they're going to have more units than you to start with. So that was just like how to give and how to take, or how to give and how to defend the 12 pool in the simplest way. So I'm Master Zerg from IGG Gaming. Like, comment, subscribe, do all those wonderful things. Thank you for watching. See you next time.